family, Abby Osho here, founder of Soul Melanin, author of Nature's Medicine for the Soul. I am here. I finally got here. And it's taken maybe around 10 hours traveling from Windhoek to get to Upuru because I wanted to come to this plant to see how they process the Namibian myrrh, which you know I've been speaking about. So we're going to do a tour around, and I'm going to get an explanation of how the Namibian myrrh is actually processed. And this lovely lady here, whose name is Suarira, is going to be part of that explanation. So you can see that I've actually come to the real place where they do it. It's not a video, this is real. So I just wanted everyone to know that I am at the place and we're going to start now just recording what happens through this amazing Namibian myrrh process. Okay.
Thank you.
So,
you're welcome. My name
thank
is
you.
Suarira, as said. Actually, here we are dealing with Namibian Myrrh.
Yes.
Namibian Myrrh is Conifera wildie. Conifera wildie is a natural product, and this Conifera wildie we are buying from different conservancies. It's just a gum. It's a gum.
It's a gum.
And there is ladies who are collecting this gum in the bush, in the conservancies. So, and from there we went there and buy the gum from them.
Okay.
And we brought it here at our processing facility. And this gum, the Himbas people, they use as a perfume. They mix this gum with ochre and cattle fat and apply on their body to give a smooth. Yeah. It's what we are making essential oil from this, or Namibian myrrh from the gum.
And can I just ask you a question? So this Namibian myrrh, you can only get this type of myrrh here in Namibia. It's different from other myrrh.
Really, it can be different because they are not the same. This is a gum, and this gum, only this tree is giving the myrrh.
Yes. Yes.
And also, it's because you are facing on this one. Then we can talk about this one. It's only what we are processing here at the Namibia processing facility.
Okay. So really, this myrrh is pure. This is pure myrrh.
Pure, nothing
Mixed in with it. It's 100%.
Yeah, pure from the tree.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. Thank you. So once it's like this, what is the next step?
Yeah, from here,
yes.
As you see, this one is a raw material.
Yes.
We brought from the conservancy, we brought here, and we are having a big pot inside in the distillation room. We are having 5 baskets. The guys, they take it in small pieces. The time is coming from the difference from the conservancy. It's in a bucket. So we take it from the bucket and hammer it with a hammer to make the raisins small.
Okay.
So then they put it in buckets.
Yes.
And the buckets put it in the big pot. You can see it in the distillation room.
Okay.
And making the oil from it.
Okay. So can we go to the
distillation?
We're following you.
Okay, and this is the basket. When it's coming from the conservancy, they used to, after harvesting, they put the whole cup in this basket.
Okay.
And then, when it came here, we used to put in this plastic. And then what happened, we used to make it small.
So you do that by hand?
Yes.
Yeah, by hand.
Okay. Okay.
Make it small pieces again.
Can I have a go?
Yeah?
Can I try?
Yeah.
Yes.
As you can see, I couldn't
Just
wait to
hammer
put
it.
my hands on the hammer and start hammering up the
So
myrrh.
this bit here.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
It's hard. And you have to make it like this.
Small
like this,
like this.
or more like this. So all of these pieces become maybe this size.
Yes, that's it. But not. It's also fine like this, but not
like that.
Not like
Yeah.
this.
So maybe this size is fine to go into the machine,
Yes.
the distiller.
Yeah, the reason is that if you put it in a basket like that,
Yes.
it will not produce enough oil because that's why you make it small. So that you can-
Okay. Okay.
This will be-
So the smaller it is, the more oil you actually
Yeah.
produce
Yeah.
Yes.
from the resin.
And even we are using the boiler. That boiler, it will take time to soften
steam,
this
To
one.
soften it.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you've got it into like the smaller pieces, then it.
We put it in this basket again.
Okay.
And this pot take 15 baskets of this one.
15.
15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 15.
Okay.
All of them in this big pot.
Right.
And then,
Okay.
then you see from Sweden.
So next steps is that we go inside the distillation plant. They start to fill up the baskets. There were 15 that actually fit. And what they then do is go through the whole process so that the myrrh teardrops are actually turned into the wonderful myrrh essential oil.
Yeah, that's the waste.
That's the byproduct. Okay.
And this is the pot. Okay, well done. Carbon. Oh, but before we put it,
You need him to come here?
yeah, before we put this one, we used to put the cloth in the pot under there.
Like the mesh to
The button cloth.
to sieve it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Yes.
the waste doesn't go through inside the pot there because
Yeah.
there's a hole there.
It separates the waste from.
From if you put it without a mutton,
Yeah.
it will
Stick.
Yeah, stick.
Yeah, it will stick. Yeah.
Okay.
It's done. Yeah. Okay.
So the first tray goes in at the very bottom, as you can see, and what then happens is every tray is filled to a certain amount, a certain level. They're stacked and you can see the lines around the outside until they get to the top, and you'll see the last one, which will be the 15th, will sit at the top, and that's when the actual process is able to start fully.
Because otherwise it will go in the pot.
Yeah.
Separate
Okay.
the basket.
Yeah.
If you put another one,
It will stick. It will just stick. Push down on it. Yeah. They'll stick.
As you can see, he's pushing all the way down into the barrel to make sure that it is right at the bottom. And then what happens is as they put each of the trays on top, they kind of stick with each other, and this helps compress the teardrops so that they can maximize the amount of oil that is steam distilled in its final time. The plant actually opened in 2011. I asked the question. Before that, what they used to do is just harvest the raw material and send that out. But they actually received what they call the pot, but the barrel from South Africa. And since that time, they've actually been distilling so they get the pure, raw, natural oil.
To cook here, then we sending the oil only.
Good. Okay.
Okay, then from there we put the liter, this one. But this pot must be full of basket.
This has to have all 15
Yeah,
in here,
all 15.
and then the lid sits on the top
Yes.
and pushes down
Yeah.
to release the oil.
yeah.
And before we put it inside here,
Yeah.
before we used to weigh the basket, because this pot must take 60
60 kg.
kg.
Maximum.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So each basket has to be weighed.
Yes.
So
Not each basket,
or the total.
just the total.
Okay. Sorry.
To clarify, what she's saying is once the basket's actually full with all 15 trays, it's done by weight. So it has to be weighed because in order for the machine to work efficiently, it actually works by weight. So she was just explaining the process there. This is the last stage that we're approaching now. So they have to ensure that it is at a certain temperature. It can't be too cold and it can't be too hot. So what they're going to do is they're going to get the container. It moves over to the last part of the steam distillation process. So when the oil comes out, if anything splashes, it goes into a particular container, and you're actually going to see the pure Namibian Myrrh released in its full format. Just been freshly distilled. So family, here we are at the last stages. So we're at the plant, and the oil has actually been steam distilled. So if you can see, this is the Namibian Myrrh, the Commiphora wildi, which you can only get here in Namibia, and you'll see that it's a very, very light, it's just almost like an off-white cloudy colour. So the essential oil that we're used to seeing is a very, very dark resin, very similar to the colour that you actually get here before it becomes an oil, when it's a teardrop and when it's the gum. But as it's distilled through, you'll see the difference. And this is 100% pure. I've watched it. They don't mix anything in there. There's no additional cheap oil that they put in there so they can sell it at a higher price. This is the pure oil, which originally started like this, has gone through the steam distillation process, and you end up with this amazing, wonderful oil here. So I want to say thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and expertise. Keep up the good work. We know this is a powerhouse oil. It has many, many, many benefits, and it has many medicinal benefits, which is why we love it and we use it at home. Not really so much for cosmetics, but more for boosting our immune system. It's antibacterial, it's antiviral. It can help us with very serious illnesses. It's great for ulcers and anything healthy. It's great for womb health if you're having challenges having children. This is a very powerful oil, which I'm sharing with these wonderful people here today, because they need to know the power that they have in their land. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm really happy that I've come here today. So stay blessed. Bye-bye now. I just wanted to finish off by saying it was such an incredible experience. But what I found was that whilst the wonderful people who worked there knew about the Namibian Myrrh, which is also called Umumbiri, that's the local name, and that means remember who you are. While they knew about the cosmetic side, for it being good for hair and for skin and for nails, they hadn't been trained by the Europeans in all of these incredible holistic health benefits that this particular oil possessed. So we spoke in length and at detail, and they were taking down the information, and I was just, making them aware that they're actually working with and sitting on gold, because these are healing oils, and it's really important that they know that they share it with their people and that we can share it with ourselves. So everybody is benefiting from this, not just the people that are utilizing the oils and really exporting them out of the country. But other than that, it was an absolutely wonderful experience being there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to reconnecting with you soon.